I made a video calling out the AI problem in Dragon Ball FighterZ, specifically the ones where they're using the replays and making AI thumbnails and descriptions and sometimes even their bio on their YouTube channel. And one of these people that I named actually decided to pull up in the comment section, not a subtweet, not a Discord rant. He came directly to me on my video and said some slander. And honestly, although it was just slander for me, respect for that. But here's the thing, he agreed with some of it. His words, not mine. He didn't say which part, didn't address most of what I actually said, and left a lot of questions just sitting there. So today, we're going through his entire response, both comments, what he admitted, what he dodged, and what the receipts actually say about someone who spent 17 goddamn years on YouTube building a channel off of this community without ever building anything for it. Real quick, if you're brand new here and you still haven't seen the original video, I consider pausing this. Go watch the original one. It's linked in the description because what I'm about to say is built on what I had already said. And if you're walking in halfway, you're going to be absolutely cooked and you're going to excuse any reason why any of this matters. Let's start with what he didn't dodge. There are several points I agree with. Alright, so which ones? Because here's what he actually addressed. Less than 50 of the recent ones have some AI alterations in the thumbnail. Brother, that's still 50 videos with altered AI thumbnails. He took an in-game screenshot of Bardock, ran through it with AI to switch it up a bit, and said, quote, "I see nothing wrong in that." Now, in his own opening of his own comment, he acknowledges there's AI slop everywhere. Thumbnails, descriptions, practically the whole ecosystem's flooded with it. He says it like it's a problem, like he's above it. But he's goddamn contributing to it. He is part of the problem he described. That is not me editorializing it, that's him typing both sentences in the same goddamn comment. And on top of that, he claims he writes all of his own descriptions, which, okay, technically maybe. But if you've seen his channel, it's the same goddamn paragraph in every single video, copy paste, no variation, no effort, just a wall of text that exists to exist. At some point, calling that an original description is like calling a template an original thought. It's slop by a completely different name. Then he drops the line that buries him. I won't let anyone's opinion change my mind on this. So let me get this straight. The community says AI slop is hurting the scene. Multiple creators have spoken on it. Multiple commenters on this very thread say that AI thumbnails actively make the videos worse, and your response is, nah, I think they look good. Nah, I'm chillin'. Less than 50 isn't a defense, it's a number, and that number is still more than 0. I see nothing wrong with that isn't a rebuttal, it's a confession. And I won't let anyone change my mind. That's not conviction, that's refusal to improve. He's confirmed the accusation. He said he doesn't see the problem and told everyone he's not changing. That's not a defense. That's 3 confessions in 1 paragraph. But there's something else in his comment that doesn't add up whatsoever. He talks about the effort he puts in, transitions, custom music, taking the time to make his replays stand out. And then in the same goddamn fucking breath, he says that putting in that effort, it's somewhat futile. Let that sink in. He's telling you he does the work, and he's also telling you the work doesn't matter. So which is it? Because here's the truth. That effort is what separates a creator. It's why someone clicks on your replay channel instead of the next one. The transitions, the music, the time you put in. That is the value. That is the reason to watch. Calling it futile doesn't make you humble. It makes you sound like you've given up on the very thing you're used to defending yourself. If you actually believed the effort was futile, you wouldn't be doing it. You'd be uploading raw footage like every goddamn AI slop channel. But you don't, because you know the effort matters. So stop fucking pretending it doesn't. Now, there's a reason why he stays away from streamed footage. He says it himself, but I don't think he realizes what he actually admitted. He avoids streamed matches, tournaments, events, and you might think, okay, maybe he just prefers replays. Nah, streamed footage has something replays don't. An audience, a production, tournament organizers who run those streams, players who competed in them, an entire infrastructure of people who would notice if their content showed up on a channel with no credit. And that's the real reason. not preference, it's called protection. Replays, you can go into any of those games that have a replay system and you can just take those quietly without any credit, no permission. The copy-pasted description doesn't name the players, the TOs, the event, nothing. But try that with a streamed match from, say, the Dragon Pit, from the Motivation Academy, from Icon, or even from the HOC. Those TOs would see it immediately. Those players would see it as well. And they'd ask the same question I'm asking now. Where's the goddamn fucking credit and the goddamn context? This is why probably Hook Gang God and Bum163 came to their conclusions about him long before I ever pressed record. They run the events, they know who's in the community, and who's just extracting and milking it to death. This is why he stays away from streamed footage, because streamed footage has witnesses. I know from 10 plus years of feedback and constant communication with the communities. Constant communication? Huh, those two words are doing a fuck ton of work for you. But now, I'm not gonna test that because I'm not that stupid. I'm sure there's a couple of pro players that are cool with what you do with their replays. And here's the thing. I'm not here to tell you those relationships are fake. Maybe they're real. I don't know, and neither do you. But let me ask you this differently. If you've been doing this for over 17 years, if you have over 150,000 subscribers, if you're in quote-unquote constant communication with the communities, then where's the tournament organizer who says, Xuses helped us run the bracket? Where's the commentator who says, Xuses gave me my first shot? Where's the player who isn't on this channel who says, this guy looked out for me? Because when I made my last video, it had gotten corrupted right before I decided to publish it and upload it, and I was completely devastated. Dreamers and a whole bunch of the community actually decided to check in on me after I uploaded it because I was running off of a Maruchan, a rockstar, and 18 hours of pure work on the video just to make sure it came out as good or if not better than the original. Just like KJ was labbing up Daima at 3 in the morning coming out with the most optimal ass shit I've ever seen in my life. Because here's what I found when I looked. Starks runs events and also competes in events. Bum163 built and ran tournaments since day one. And this also applies to Neo and Rod with his Icon series. Dreamers at 4,000 subscribers is out here trying to put together a show, not just replay videos. These people built things you can point to. What did 17 years build that anyone outside his own comment section can vouch for? Not featured players, not people whose content lives on his channel. Someone who benefited from his presence in the community got nothing in return. I couldn't find one, but I looked. And that brings us to one of the ugliest part of this whole thing. So he addressed the AI, well, sort of. He addressed, well, no, he dodged pretty much everything else. But what did he do was offer 3 deflections. Let's go through every single one of them. First, the algorithm. The I've been on YouTube since 2008 argument. Like, experience alone proves he knows what he's doing. Here's the thing about the algorithm. It changes constantly. What worked in 2012 doesn't work now. What worked last year might not even work within the next month. Even the biggest YouTubers are constantly adapting. And right now, slob channels are getting an advantage. Replay channels, clip channels, pump and dump content farms, they're flooding the algorithm while creators putting actual hours into original videos get buried under 200 views. That's not a defense of his model, that's an indictment of it. He's benefiting from the same system he claims to be separate from. Second deflection, people have asked to be featured. Okay, so what? Someone asking to be featured doesn't change the fact that when you uploaded the KJ and Danjo match, which was hosted in the Dragon Pit, there was 0 credit. Not to the players, not to the TOs, not to the event. Consent doesn't fix the lack of context. If someone gives you permission to use their gameplay, that doesn't mean you stop owing the audience the basic information of where it came from and who made it possible. Credit isn't just about permission, it's about transparency, and that's been missing the entire time. Third deflection, and this one's almost fucking hilarious. Enzim was introduced to dbfz because he saw one of my videos featuring Taco's Vegito. He's crediting Enzim's entire fighting game career to the fact that Enzim saw a replay on his channel. That's not community impact, that's called first touch attribution. They saw it here first, therefore I'm responsible for everything after. By that logic, YouTube homepage is responsible for every creator's career. The algorithm deserves credit for every sub. The recommended tab is the real MVP. Inzim found dbfz, Inzim chose to pursue it, Inzim chose to put in this amount of work. Inzim built his name, attributing to his career to he saw a replay on my channel is not a fucking flex. It's erasing Inzim's own effort to take credit for it. That's not what giving back looks like. That's what taking credit looks like. And then he came back for round 2 after I replied to him. He said I rambled on for 19 minutes. Fair, like honestly. He said I'm biased towards someone who's uploaded 2,400 videos in under 2 years. He's clearly talking about fighting dreamers. So let's compare. Xuses been on YouTube since 2009, 17 years, 150,000 subscribers. Fighting Dreamers, under 2 years, 4,000 subscribers. And yet, Dreamers has a show, The Reflex Show, has a series, This Week in Dragon Ball FighterZ. He's interviewed players, TOs, community figures. He's built something that documents this community's existence. In under 2 years, Dreamers has connected more with the dbfz community and the FGC community than Xuses has in 17. That's not bias, that's just simple plain math. Xuses says his channel's effect on the FGC has been overwhelmingly positive. But positive for who? For his view count? For the algorithm that rewards volume over value? Because when I look at the actual community, the players, the TOs, the people building things, I don't see his name absolutely anywhere. And this isn't just dbfz. This is every esports community getting flooded with the same model. Search dbfz replays, FGC replays, filter by the upload date, and it's a wall of the same content from the same channels pumping the same formula day after day. Pure extraction, zero motherfucking contribution. The slop isn't just drowning out the FGC. It's drowning out every single competitive gaming community where someone figured out replays get views. And Xuses positioned himself as different. I'm not one of them. But the model is the same. The credit is the same. The distance from the community is the absolute same. The only thing different is the runtime. Look, I didn't want to make this video whatsoever. I had made my original video because I was genuinely pissed off and frustrated with what was happening to dbfz content and other forms of competitive form content. AI slop farms swallowing the algorithm, creators who put in actual work getting buried. I had said what I said, I named who I wanted to name, and I moved on. And then Xuses commented. He could have said nothing. He could have ignored it like he's ignored everything else for 17 years. But he didn't. He came into my comment section on my video and he opened the door, just walked through it. If you made it this far, genuinely, thank you. This wasn't a fun video to make whatsoever, and I want to be clear about something. This is it. I'm not going to make any more AI slop legacy videos about this anymore. This is the last time I'm probably going to be talking about Xuses in general. Because here's the thing that nobody says in these situations. I genuinely think Xuses can be a better content creator and a genuinely better person. You have 150,000 subscribers. You have 17 years on this platform. You don't last that long without knowing something about making content. Now, imagine if he took even half of that experience and put it into something original. Imagine if he used that reach to spotlight the players he features instead of just featuring them. That's the version of this that actually excites me. Not drama, not receipts, a creator with 150k subs actually building something for the community that built him. I don't know if he'll take any of this seriously whatsoever, that's on him, but the door's not locked from my side. If you're a dbfz creator or just a competitive creator, actually putting in the hours, actually making original content, actually building something for this community, keep pushing and keep going. Because the whole part of this was never just about one person, it was about a culture. A culture where taking something is normalized and giving back is completely optional. And the more people who actually contribute, actually put something back in, the harder it gets for that culture to even survive one bit. Be a part of the community that gives back. And I'll catch you guys in the next one.